Hi guys, this is Claudio Barba, motion designer from Brussels, Belgium. I am the creator of BarbaChart, the bar chart trace script for After Effects. Today I'm going to show you in detail the features of the new version 1.3. We will go to see all the parameters that you can set up to customize the script and the result. So first of all, I will show you how to install the script, then how to set up the CSV file, what to put in the data that you need that you want to animate, and then we will create a bar chart trace and a donut chart trace. So I hope you are excited as me, and let's jump into After Effects and see what's new. Installation. The installation of BarbaChart is very easy, no problem. So once you have bought the script, you go to the download page. You have the link in the email that you will receive, and you download a zip file like this one. The zip file contains, I don't know, 7 or 8 files. The most important one is BarbaChart.JSXBIN. This is the script itself, so you copy it and you have to paste it in the script UI panels folder on your machine. If you have a PC, the folder is in C, program file, Adobe After Effects with the version, support file, script UI panels, and you hit paste in this folder. If you have a Mac, you need to go to Applications, Adobe After Effects, support file, script UI panels. So that's it for the installation. Once you have installed the script, you need to go to After Effects. You need to start After Effects, or if it's already open, you need to close it and restart it. And then you can go to the Window menu, and you will find it at the bottom of this menu. So when you click on it, the script appears on the screen, and you can dock it wherever you like. And put it here on the top right corner. So what about the other files in the zip? You have a countries.txt, which is just a reference for you containing the codes, the international codes of each country in the world. You will be using this if you want to add the flags in your bars, in your bar chart trace. I will explain later how to do this, but this is just the reference, keep it in mind. Then you have important instructions containing the installation instruction, the instructions for the flags, and what's new in the latest versions. Then you have a license.txt telling that you cannot share the script with other people. And then you have some sample files that you can use to start playing with the script if you don't have your data. You can use them as a reference if you want to start using your data. So I use OpenOffice to edit them. You can use Excel or Google Sheet or whatever you like. So this is an example file. You see that there are some columns, some rows. So in the columns I have in this case I have a year, which is a variable that will change throughout the execution of the race, but it can be whatever. It's a label actually, so it can be year, month, day, whatever you like. And then you have one column for each bar. In the first row of each column you have the label, in this case USA, and then you have hashtag US. So if you don't want to show the flag, you just keep USA or whatever you like without any hashtag. If you want to add a flag, you need to write hashtag with the country code, which is contained in the countries.txt file for reference. So in this case we will have 6 columns with the flags because we have 6 hashtags. And then you will have about 26 rows containing each a different value for each bar. So that's it for the installation. Now let's have a look at how to use the script. Okay, time to start playing with our new toy. First thing to do is to import a CSV file. So on the bottom of the panel you have three icons. First one is to import a CSV file. Second one is to create a bar chart race, and third one is to create the donut chart race. So let's click on the first one, import CSV file. And then you select the CSV data that you have prepared, for example this one. You see that once you have imported the file is imported here on the left, and on the panel of the script the title has been pre-filled with the same name as the file. You can modify it if you want to put something nicer, whatever. Oops, sorry, like that. Then you have the duration in seconds of the race. Standard value is 30 seconds, can be whatever, 10 seconds, 300 seconds, whatever you need. Then you have the width in pixel of the diagram. Then you have the number of bars. You see that it's been pre-filled with the 6, because 6 are the columns in the CSV file that we have imported. But if you want to create a chart race with less columns, let's say just the first 3, you just select 3 here. But normally you will want to use all the columns, so you will leave it like that. Full scale, I'm gonna tell you later what it is when I can show the race. And then intro animation is just giving us the possibility to choose if you want to have an intro animation or not. So let's keep it selected now. And now let's create a bar chart composition. In a couple of seconds the composition is created. You see that if you go to project here, we have the sample data composition, and we have the composition open here. You see that if we hit space, we have our composition. You see that we have the title here that we have chosen here, and then we have the 6 bars. We have the flags because we have put the hashtag in the label in the CSV, and we have the label of each bar. On the bottom we have the time value, which is the one which is changing on the first column of the CSV file. Okay, now we have our chart available, created. We have the possibility to modify some parameters to customize our chart race. So for doing this we need to go to the config layer and click on the effect control panel. You see that we have a number of parameters that we can play with. Some are more important than others. Anyway, let's go through all of them. Max data rows is by default set to the number of rows in the CSV file. If we go back to the CSV file that we have imported, you see that there are 26 rows with values. But if you want to limit the chart race to the first 15 values, for instance, we can just modify the value here. The background grid multiplier and background grid sets the background grid of the diagram. For instance, here we have a line every 25. By default it's 100, and you can modify, add more lines as you like. There is a multiplier because the slider in After Effects is limited to 1 million, I think, as a maximum value. So if you need bigger values, I've added a multiplier so that the multiplication of the two is the result. Then you have table XY dimension. This one allows you to modify the width of the composition depending on your need. Then you have order by. This one is pretty important because it allows you to order the bars, the ascending, descending, or no order. In this case, no order just keeps the same order as in the CSV file. And then you have scale. You have either fixed or dynamic. So dynamic is, let me put again ascending here. Dynamic, in dynamic, the value, the width of the bar with the biggest value is always taking 100% of the space here. If we go through the animation, you see that it's always taking 100%, and the values of the others, so the width of the others are calculated depending on the first one. Instead, if we keep fixed, the 100% is taken only at the end of the race. So this is the same thing that you can choose. Full scale is the same effect as dynamic here. So you can choose already while creating the before creating the chart if you want the one or the other, but you can modify it here without any problem. Then you have visible bars. Visible bars is just allowing you to say that you want the first X bars visible. They are still all calculated, but visible only the first 4, for instance, you see. But let's put 6 is by default the number of the columns that we have imported. And then you have a lot of parameters to modify the color. You have background color, you have middle ground color, which is the one here, this white one. Then you have the labels background, the labels color, the value color. And then what is important is the color 1 and color 2. For the moment, this is the only way you have to change the color of the bars. And actually you set a range of colors with the 2 colors here. So you said, for instance, you have between this color and then you set choose another one on the color 2, and you see that the color of the bars is a random value, random color between these two. If you want the same color, you just set the both colors to the same, both parameters to the same color. Otherwise, you can change and have fun till you find some interesting combination. Let me know if it's okay for you. This made me think a lot while developing the script. Let me know if you want to have another way of selecting colors for the single bars. But I mean, maybe add the possibility in the coming version to choose one by one the color of the bars. Of course, you can still modify it one by one. If you are an advanced user of After Effects, if you select the bar, you see you go here to the timeline, to the layer, and you go to content, and you go to rectangle, and you go to fill. You see that the fill color, there is an expression, but which sets the random color. If you delete this expression, then you can set your own color. So it's not very easy to set up now. I agree. Let me know if you're interested in having the possibility to select one by one the colors in the comments below. Okay, let's go back to the config layer and to the parameters. The last two parameters are the bar thickness, which is by default is 36. You can set smaller values if you want to have smaller lines. It's up to you what's the look and feel that you want to achieve. Choose whatever you like. And then you have bar roundness. You see on the corner here you have a small roundness. You can set it to 0 if you like squares, or you can set it to, I don't know, 30 if you like something more round, or otherwise you leave it as it was before. So that's it. You see that you have multiple possibilities once you have created the script. Now let's have a look at the donut chart instead. Time to create a donut chart trace. So if you have already imported a CSV file, you don't need to import it again. It's up to you. So first of all, the parameters are the same, with the exceptions that the number of bars and full scale are not considered for the donut chart. So we have already our CSV imported, and let's click on the Create Pie Chart Donut Chart button. Voila! In a couple of clicks we have our race. So you see that you have an intro animation that you can select. If you unflag the intro animation, we will not have this animation at the beginning. And the race is starting. Here you are representing percentage. So each column in the CSV file is represented as a part of a whole. So you see that you have India 10%, and this is changing through the time. The title is still on the top. So let's see now what we can change on the config layer. So let's click on it. Let's click on Effect Controls Config. We have some interesting parameters here as well. So first of all, you have the legenda rotation. So let's say, for instance, when you have labels which are very close, like here, sometimes they can be one upon the other. So if you click on this checkbox on the legend rotation, you see that the inclination is changing so that you can accommodate some particular case. If you click again, the label becomes horizontal again. You have another option, which is the Legenda Star mode. If you click on this checkbox, you see that the labels are like rays of a star. So, and they are inclinated on this way, on the other side. Up to you what you like and what you need. The thickness is just the thickness of the donut, so it's 48 by default. It can be more, can be less, up to you. And then you have the background color and the legenda color. So background color is this one, and legenda color is the color of the labels, as you can see. And voila, that's it for the donut chart. Support. So how do we do support? So any problem you have, any issue you encounter using a BarbaChart, just let me know. There are a number of reasons for which you could have a problem. Maybe the data is not set up correctly, or there are some hidden parameters in After Effects that you need to fine-tune to have the script working, or maybe even there are some bugs in the script. You know, After Effects is sending out new versions every month, so new bugs come with every version. Not an issue. I am very open to help you. That's my job, helping you in having success. So get in touch with me either by email or with the Facebook group or with the Discord channel, or I've listed all the contact details on the website barbachart.com, or you can also find them probably in the description below if I hadn't forgot to put them here as well. So I hope that you found this video interesting. As I said in the previous videos, I am continuously developing the script, so I'm going to add new features every month, more or less. So in the coming versions, I can already tell you that there will be some interesting new features regarding the color management, and there will be a new kind of diagram. So if you are interested in having templates for Premiere instead, you don't have After Effects, but you are a Premiere Pro guy, I am gonna start to sell the templates for Premiere Pro as well. So if you go to my barbachart.com website, there are on the menu on the top right, you will find a template folder, and so you can have a look at the templates that are already available. I'm going to add new templates every 2 or 3 weeks, more or less. If you have any specific requests, let me know. I'm going to try to meet your needs, and so that everybody's happy and successful. So thank you very much, and see you soon.